You ever feel like there's just not enough time in the day to get everything done? Well, if you do, you want to stay tuned because that's what we're talking about here today on 7 Minutes in the Morning. Well, good morning, folks, and welcome. It's January the 15th. It's a Wednesday of 2014. I'd like to welcome you to 7 Minutes in the Morning. It's where you get your daily dose from me, your business coach. My name is Tom Rigsby, business life coach, and I am here to help you. Today, we're talking about how to get some much-needed time back on your schedule. Yesterday, we talked about marketing and how always be marketing can sound intimidating, especially if I feel behind all the time and I don't have enough time to pay attention to the day-to-day requirements of my business. How can I possibly have time to build relationships that help me market? Well, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about that. One of the things that happens as a small business owner is we are very self-dependent and independent. It takes that in order to get your business off the ground. You've started from just an idea, developed a market, brought a product to market, and now you're selling that product. Or maybe you started with your market first, surveyed them for their problems, developed a solution, and now you're selling those. In either case, you've started this process from the ground up on your own, and I congratulate you for that. That's a tough thing to do. So tough that the Small Business Administration says a little over 8%, it's about 8.4%. But 8% of businesses fail in their first year. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and more than we can go into this morning. But if you have survived that first year, you've brought a product to market and you've sold one, you're in business, and I congratulate you. Now, how do you take back some of that time that you've poured into your business so that you can begin to spread your business into the marketplace, deeper into your customer space, and solve more problems, right? We get so wrapped up and so trained in our practices, in our mindset, in our day-to-day to-do list that we have to do all of these things for the business to run. I mean, how many times have you heard another business owner, or maybe you've said it yourself, I just can't find good help these days. What you're really saying when you hear that is that I can't find someone who would do it exactly like I would do it. And you know what? You're probably not going to. There are some circumstances where you can find some pretty remarkable people. But the reality is that if they're that good, they're not going to be working for you very long. They're going to be out on their own, creating their own product, their own solution for their own market. So you can bring them in. Don't be afraid of them. Bring them in, right? Let them help you grow your business. Just be aware that they're going to move off on their own. Now, for the rest of the employees that you might hire, let me give you a tip right now. They're never going to do it the way you would do it. They don't have the same skin in the game. They don't have the same mindset. They don't have the same attitude that you bring to it. That's why you are the business owner. That's why you've been successful in creating this new venture, is because you do have all of those things. All right. It's funny to me as someone who I'm now in my 7th business that I've started, all of them from the ground up, 6 of them from the ground up rather. It just seems simple to me. I don't understand why everybody doesn't think the way that I do. At least I used to. But the more that I studied it, the more that I looked into it, I just came to understand that everybody's not wired the same way. Some of us are entrepreneurs at heart. It's boring, it's constraining, it's restricting to be under the rule and under the design of someone else's architecture. So we're the rule breakers, we're the rebels, we're the ones that go out and create. And it's that creativity that's missing in a lot of other people. That's the part that you can't find in somebody else. And you know what? You're not going to. So here's how you overcome that. By documenting your processes, you can give somebody else a game plan for how to run your business. Now think about this for a minute. right? If you just take the workflow required from order received to order delivered, and I know we all hate flow charts, right? I'm a technical guy at heart and I hate flow charts. But just think about this as a flow chart. From the time it comes in to the time it goes out, what's each step along the way that needs to be done? If you'll just write those down, I'm telling you, it sounds ridiculously simple, and it is. Write those steps down, hand them to your most trusted employee, and let them run it for a day without you. Don't leave town. Don't take off, to the Riviera on vacation or something. Just stay at home one day. Don't call me unless the building's on fire. You are in charge. By giving them the playbook, two things have happened. One, they know that you have confidence in them to execute this plan, right? Maybe it's a learning process for them, and if it is, that's okay. Everybody needs to learn. But number two, you've given them the rules to follow for 80% of the circumstances that are going to come up. Can you cover 100%? No. And it's not worth the time and effort to try, right? Get the middle of the bell curve, right? You take that 80% of what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis and let them run with it. Now, at this point, you've got a choice. You can let them call you for those outliers, or you can give them a little latitude, right? One business owner that I know told his employees that you're only allowed to say yes to the customer. No matter what they ask, you're only allowed to say yes. Now, before you go into some cardiac failure with that, he did give them some provisions. If a customer request sounds really off the wall, get one of your fellow employees. If two of you think it's a bad idea, then it's okay to say no, right? Or you can get a manager, but both of you have to think that it's a bad idea to say no, right? Most of the time, you're saying yes to those requests. They're not going to break you. But you've given them, in that circumstance, in that example, he gave them rules for how to handle the outliers, right? So now he can be gone all day, a couple of days, a week at a time. And maybe you don't need to be gone for a week at a time right now. Maybe you just need time to spend an afternoon at the coffee shop meeting 2 or 3 fellow business owners. Maybe you need a morning to catch up with an accountability partner or meet with a mastermind group. Maybe you need to go to a networking event, right? But you can't break away because your business is open, right? These are all circumstances where it would be a great idea to have that trusted employee there with the playbook. If you'll do that, then you will get back some of the free time that you need to execute on what we were talking about yesterday, relationship marketing. Okay? So I hope that has helped. Tomorrow we're talking about outsourcing some of your help, right? Maybe you're a solopreneur or a freelancer or whatever you prefer to call your work arrangement. We're going to talk tomorrow about how you can get some help with your business processes also. For those of you listening to the audio version of this podcast, and you haven't heard already, this week's shows are also available on video. You can get them on my website, tomrigsby.com, or you can get them on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTRigsby. Well, that's it for today. Remember, tomorrow we're talking about outsourcing and how it can help you grow your business. Until then, my name is Tom Rigsby. I am your business coach.